Hey, I'm taking it outside today, as you can tell. I get out often, well, every day really. I've got chocolate lab, and yeah, so I get out a lot. Anyways, I missed last week because I was not feeling super great, so I needed to just take some time. So today, I had a few topics in mind, but then this morning I was getting my coffee ready and I look out the window. It was like 8 in the morning. And we live right on the ocean, so that's why you'll hear like seagulls and stuff a lot of times in my videos. But so anyways, I look out the window and there's like this couple of young, probably teenage girls walking up the along the path or whatever in this park that we live next to right on the ocean. But they're walking up and I'm like, yeah, like something made me think they look like JWs, right? And maybe just their slow swagger, I don't know. So they get to this park bench and they start setting up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what a cart looks like. And they pull out this like long kind of bag and they start setting up this cart. So I'm like, oh my God. And so I had all these feelings run through me where I'm like irritated and I want to go help them, I want to go talk to them. And then I saw their parents coming up behind them. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is wild. Like, I'm so curious, like, are they getting will they get a lot of people to come and talk to them or take literature? Or, like, how does this cart witnessing really work? Excuse me. So anyways, I kept watching. I'm drinking coffee. I was too, like, you know, it's Saturday, so I'm like, I don't really want to just jump out there. It's a little chilly, so it's not like I really want to put myself out of my pajamas that quickly. So enjoy my coffee, look out the window. There's like no way. They're just sitting there by their coffee or by their cart and drinking their coffee, and it's cold, it's chilly though, so I'm like, it's not very, and there's not that many people out. So anyways, their hour was up, and sure enough, up they pack up their cart and off they go. And I'm like, oh, it's still, of course, it's still just all about the time. You know, they're putting in their time. Let's get this out of the way, girls, and then we can go shopping or whatever their day looks like. I know how that works. An hour later, another couple of ladies show up, and sure enough, they're setting up their cart and sitting on the park bench. And so they set up, and sure enough, it's another JW cart. And so I was kind of watching again, like, does anyone even approach them? No, like nobody. So is this, are they effective? Is it an effective way of preaching these days? Like, I'm so curious as to how that works. Sorry for all the background. I don't know if you can hear all the planes and my dog chewing on a stick. Anyways, so I'm watching this happen and I'm like, again, I want to go down and talk to them, but then I'm like, I'm so unprepared because I'm not the type to go and like I like to be prepared when it comes to talking about subjects that that can get into depth, right? And especially, you know, talking religion or politics or anything like that. A lot of times you should be knowledgeable rather than just jump into a conversation that you're not prepared for. I thought I heard something in the bush. It's all good. I have a big dog, so it's okay. Anyway, so I was like, well, I want to be prepared, and so I'm not prepared to talk to crashing carts. Not that I want to crash them. I want to help them. And so I had a lady, like one of the viewers, one of you awesome viewers, who sent me a document, and it's kind of like just lays out questions you should ask, but they could jump in pretty deep, like really off the bat. So I want to come up with something that is helpful, where it just kind of has like a kind of a question, a couple questions that you can kind of throw out to, you know, JWs, so that it kind of gets them thinking without them getting completely defensive right away, because that is definitely the way it happens. Like, they're pretty much on guard when it comes to people that start questioning their faith, as I know. So yeah, I'm totally open to, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on and I don't like even calling it cart crashing, because it's more of like let's chat up JWs or something. Like, how do we get them thinking? I saw some great videos from like what is his name, Lloyd Cedar's channel or whatever, and he had a good video on kind of helping family that's coming out, and kind of questions to slowly start making them think. So there's some questions there, I think. And then I think there's ExJW Critical Thinker, that their channel also had something on that. I haven't looked at the full video yet, but I kind of want to be more prepared, and I'm so curious what you guys think too, and how do you go about it. Like, and then the cart crashing too, that's the other thing I want to talk about, because I do see a lot of videos where people like ExJWs go up to these carts, and some of them have looked fairly, like, pretty harassing, sort of, like, and I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be more effective than crashing carts. And I get it, like, we're allowed to be angry, we're allowed to be bitter, but if it was a governing body at the cart, I definitely would want to, like, I definitely would probably stick around and harass the hell out of the guy. But no, not really me. But what I'm getting at is that if we could be more effective, how can I be more effective, or we, or all of us as ExJWs, when we approach carts, so that we can actually get them thinking and wake them up somehow more quickly than if we were to put their defenses up right away, right? Because where it really has to come from is from the organization itself. That needs to be more exposed. So maybe that's what it is. But I know I'm kind of, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm not meaning to. I'm really just hoping that I can get out to you guys that if there is a way to pose better questions, or pose better topics to JWs, so that us as the ExJW community, so when we see carts, we can go up to them and just easily start asking questions, like, and I don't have them today. So, but I'm gonna think more about this, and I'd love to hear your comments and what you guys do in a productive way in talking to JWs at their carts. And one other thing I was thinking too is, like, because, and the reason why I won't go up and start harassing carts is because I know how hard it is as a former JW to, I never did the carts thing, which I think would be kind of easy, but you know, you set it up and you sit in a park bench for an hour and then you count time and you're like, that's easy. I would do that every day. I'm just kidding. Not anymore. But imagine how easy that is compared to going and knocking on people's doors. So yeah, I would just, oh, I know what I was saying, I'm sorry. Being outside is not as, I have too many squirrels, quite literally, running around. But like, with the whole cart thing, because I think of how hard it is to actually put yourself out there as it is, you know, because people don't want to talk to you as a JW kind of setting up there. But then the other thing is that I think of my grandma or my parents and what they go through, and any harassing. I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to them, so, or to any of your parents or grandparents, so, or family. Anyways, that's what I'm putting out there. And if you guys have any comments, love to hear them, or, you know, share them, please. And if you have any kind of documents, I don't know, yeah, I'm totally open to pursuing this further, because it looks like these carts are going to show up in my neighborhood often. So I do want to start approaching them and being productive in my approach with them. And that's it, I think. And before I go, I'm going to share my doggy, if you can see him. Hey Rio, say hi. He's awesome. Okay, that's it. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.